You want all the details. The Fuse. We kind of took a different approach to this album. We think a lot of punk rock bands or so-called punk rock bands are getting really polished and sounding all the same and sounding too perfect. And if you listen, we grew up listening to Black Flag, The Descendants, Dead Kennedys, and it was never perfect. It was only like from the heart and had a lot of emotion. So we had about 50 songs, 60 songs maybe, that we were kind of throwing around at practice. And we said, you know what, let's just go in the studio tomorrow, start recording, give ourselves like 40 days, start to finish, and see what happens. And if we like it, then we like it. If not, we start over. And the record company said, no way, you're going to do it in 40 days. There's no way in hell. And we said, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to try to. Because in the old days of Pennywise, you maybe had like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to record the first album, because there's no money. And then now all the bands are spending $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, Social Distortion, $1 million to record a record. I mean, come on, for punk rock, you should be able to do it for $500. So we thought if we put pressure on ourselves and didn't try for perfection and tried for like a natural sound, then it's going to be a better album. And we went and we just were like, whoops, we were like blind, and we started working like crazy and just playing, and before you knew it, we had an album, and we listened to it and we said, fuck, we like it. So the record company couldn't believe it, and we said, yeah, we want to put the record out in the summertime. And the songs were just, there was no direction. We were just writing songs, bringing them in, working on them, and at the end of the day, we liked what we had. And there you have it, The Fuse. It was recorded live. I mean, we recorded everything together, and then we go back, and if we make, like the guitar, the problem with that is when people say they record it live, everything has to be in tune, the guitars, the bass, and if you make a mistake. So we go back and if we need to fix something, but a lot of times we would just say, you know what, the drums are live, no editing, no samples. Like everyone's trying to use samples and tune the vocals on the computers and all this shit, and that's what it takes away the emotion of it. So, maybe if the drums were good, then I'd go, okay, let me play the guitar and try to take the guitar in one take. If some songs one take, and same with the vocals, and just more of an old school approach to actually recording. We produced the record ourselves with the help of Darian Rundle, who co-produced, but we had we got to make all the decisions. Like, we had the final say in everything, no one else. So I don't know, for me it turned out pretty good. Like, it has good energy and it sounds raw, but it still sounds good. So your imagination. We try to inspire people to think, with Pennywise lyrics. I think that the lyrics are the most important thing for Pennywise, I mean, the music, of course, but the lyrics are really what make us different from a lot of bands. And we're trying to get people to think when they hear the record, open their minds. We're not always right, we don't know everything, but we know some things, and so we put it in the lyrics, and hopefully it ignites the spark and the imagination of the listener. And maybe someday then that person's going to be president of the U.S. I'm still waiting. It's been a long time. Yeah, major labels have contacted us many times already, and you see some bands go away, like H2O and Rancid, and who else? Offspring. I mean, if you sell a lot of records on a major label, then I guess it's good. Then you're rich. If you don't, then you're fucked. And a major label to me is corporate America. It's everything that punk rock was against. Do it yourself. Do it your way. Write the music that you want to write. a major label says, we don't like the album, we're not going to put it out, start over. Fuck that, You make an album, your label should say, okay, you like it, you put it out. So for us, a major label, never, ever. Epitaph is like a family, and they understand us, and they take really good care of us, so we're happy to be part of that. Why not so political now? Well, I think Pennywise started out of personal politics on the early records, more about like yourself and coming up in life. And then we started, the older we got, we start seeing politics affecting our lives, And we were really angry around the land of the free with the American government. And sure enough, look what happened. And From the Ashes was political because of 9/11 and everything that was going on in the world around 9/11. Now it's like there's still political songs, premeditated murder, about George Bush sending his troops in, just saying, okay, we're going to kill some people next week. Okay, yeah, let's kill some people. Okay, bye. That's crazy. You think about that, And 18 Soldiers, Fox TV is a very political song. So you still have political songs, but you also have some more, back to the more personal songs, Best I Can or Yell Out in Defiance or whatever. Different topics, because it's almost like we're sick of yelling about all the time, politics, and we don't really see anything changing. We're not giving up. We're just going back to ourselves to say, hey, we got to concentrate on make our lives better. Like you have to change yourself, and then that changes the rest of the world. So now we maybe try to communicate to the kids to try to change their way of thinking for the future, maybe. I think he got really rich. No, it's a great thing. He raised a lot of awareness, and the younger the fan, the more important it is to tell them, what you think about politics, like about democracy, true democracy, and I think if you can reach a 15-year-old kid and he starts thinking, hey, this is bad, like George Bush is not a good guy, then when he's 18, maybe he's going to vote, he's going to make a difference. So I think it's really important for compilations like that to exist, and for us and other bands that feel this way, boom, to help as much as we can. So far it's been very hot. I got to walk by the Misfits on the way to doing press, so I missed the Misfits to do interviews, but that's my job. Pretty metal, looks pretty heavy. A lot of great bands. Very cool festival. Only the Misfits, and only for a brief moment. So I'm looking forward to seeing Motorhead. They're probably playing right now, huh? Yeah. Motorhead and Slayer. Awesome. I think hopefully some people come to see Pennywise. But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, you look at festivals, this is probably the most concentrated festival of certain styles of music of any festival in the world. You see like Reading or Punko Pop or something like this where they have all different. This is like, crazy lineup, the craziest shit you've ever seen in one place. So, pretty bitchin'.